Morning guys, we are 14 days out. It's Saturday and it's prep day number 230. We are sitting here with a pre-workout meal. Saturday is kind of a different routine, so I'm going to the gym after meal number 1 and we have the same pre-workout meal. The only small adjustment we made is a different way. So we have today low day again, which means 185 grams of carbs. The goal again, after the 2 high days now, is to push conditioning. So 185 grams of carbs today, 10k steps. In this pre-workout meal, we have the biggest carb meal of the day with 50 grams of oats, 40 grams cream of rice, we have 60 grams of apple, and we have 125 grams of raspberries and 20 grams of peanut butter. I always like to have some fats in my pre-workout meal just to make the carbs digest slower, especially in prep. That's pretty important. Otherwise, blood sugar will just shoot up, which is good, but it will fall down again, and having low blood sugar in training is just not good for performance. So pre-workout meal going in, drinking a coffee or a monster with my girlfriend in the morning, and then hitting a big pull session today, which I'm gonna show you guys. In front of the gym, guys, and some real talk right here, some honesty right here. On Instagram, it always looks like I'm always pumped, I'm always motivated, but I am getting tired from the deficit. 230 days it have been. In the past 15 months, I did a pre-prep cut before I started my diet, which I would always recommend because the starting position is so crucial for a good prep. So we did 3 months pre-prep cut, then 10-11 weeks transition phase, so a small surplus again, and now 7 months in a deficit. So straight deficit every single day. I'm hitting the same sessions with almost the same loads. I'm not having any progress. Some regressions here and there, which is normal in a diet, but I was able to hold on to performance pretty well. But I'm looking forward to having a gaining phase again, to having more energy. Now it was one of these mornings, being with my girlfriend, not having the energy I would normally have, not having the quality time we would normally have. That's just also a part of prep, and some honesty right there. Yes, so we go in now for a pull session. Saturday is my own day in the week where I have kind of an off day. So I'm currently coaching 65 athletes around the world to get better, to improve one-on-one. So that's pretty much, or that's a pretty high workload, and social media, etc. So we don't have that much downtime at the moment. My life is just work, training, sleep. But Saturday is a bit of a more chilled day. I just edited the YouTube video, the last YouTube video in the morning, and then we're gonna take some time off in the afternoon, which is great as well. But let's get into the session now. Did it once again. Sudoku completed. 20 minutes on the treadmill. 6 kilometers per hour, which is approximately 2k steps. We kick off the pull session with an overhead movement. I would always recommend that, because with that we get the shoulder into elevation, into protraction, and that prepares us for the other movements. So pull sessions, I always recommend starting overhead. In my opinion, training lats is the hardest thing, or the hardest muscle group to train. I think most people just train the lats wrong. I will show you the set and then give you some cues on overhead pull down motions, especially unilateral pull down motions. First point for sure is that we create a counter force. We are made for rotation, for sprinting, and with that we need to create constraints. And we create constraints if we have the working side leg in front of us We have here a counter force that we create with the non-working arm, and with that we are in a stable position. In terms of shoulder blade movement, I will give you some cues, but first let's do a set. First set done. We have 2 sets here, one heavier set, one lighter set. And now in terms of lat cueing, like I said, lat training is pretty complex. There are a lot of cues. First of all, if you connect well with your lats, these cues are not that important for you, but most people need to build the internal model to really activate their lats. So if you struggle with that, here's a big cue. The cue is, let your shoulder blade move. Think about letting your front delts move in front of your chest. Let your shoulders slightly elevate until you feel your serratus here firing. And when you pull down, we want to bring the shoulder into depression because the lat is a depressor. If your shoulder moves up and you start pulling like this, you will have all rear delts, all teres major. So what we want to do is want to pull down and think about bringing the front delt away from the chest to end in this position right here. So depression and slight retraction or neutral position of the shoulder. So think about letting your shoulder blade move in front of your chest and then away from your chest while pushing your chest out, because for that shoulder blade movement to happen, we need to have a high sternum, which is very important for that movement. So don't crunch your abs down, keep your sternum high, don't lean into this side, think about pushing your chest up, moving your shoulder back, and you will feel your lats in that bottom part. If you don't feel your lats in that bottom part, you are not executing the movement correctly. So let's get another set in with slightly lighter load. Exercise 2, guys, is a teres pull down. Very simple exercise. Teres major is the upper part here, and we have here approximately a bit wider than shoulder width. We lean back slightly, let shoulder blade travel, and pull the arm not here to the body but slightly back, and you will create amazing teres stimulus. 2 sets here, 1 set 9 to 12, 1 set 11 to 14. Until now, all the reps maintained, which is the job. Job is done. Happy with that. We go into second set. And again, during the breaks, during the rest periods, we are just forming some steps to get 6K in during the session. Next exercise will be an upper back row. There I like to do 1 set where I go pretty heavy. First set, 6 to 9 reps. Don't focus too much on getting the reps completely short on every single rep. And then I do a lighter back off where I really focus on getting into deep retraction, because most people lack that skill. Really think about, if you are training upper back, really think about letting your shoulder blades move around your rib cage, because that's the most crucial part. Most people can't access that range of motion. With that, they can't really access pressing exercises as well. So having that ability is not only important to have more growth, but it's also important to access this range of motion in other exercises. And most people need to reduce their load drastically if they want to get into a deep protraction and retraction, and I would recommend to do that in the first place to access that range of motion. Let's go. Next exercise, lat row, and I just want to showcase one big mistake I always see people make. I cued that myself, and that is keeping the sternum extremely down. And that's great to get a good stretch on the lat, you see that right here. But the problem is that we can't move into contraction, because if you try that out at home, when you pull your sternum down and try to get your arm behind your body, the only way to do that is through getting the shoulder into elevation. And again, the lat is a shoulder depressor, and we need to have the shoulder in depression. So the movement arc for a pull down should look like this. In the end, you should have your sternum high, your shoulder down, your shoulder slightly back, and your arm beneath your shoulder, and your shoulder down into depression. Always think about pulling the handle into your back pocket, and with that your lats will grow. Honestly, over the last half year, I invest a lot of money in mentors in terms of biomechanics. I had 2 calls a week for 6 months now, where we went through all the exercise with people who are even better than me, and I learned so much. And I just recognized why my lats, as an example, are a weak point, because I can't train them. In my opinion, training quality is one of the biggest bottlenecks in training period, or in bodybuilding period. If you have a weak body part, most of the time it's not programming, most of the time it's just poor execution. And you could, or I would rather, if I have an online client, I would rather be able to cue him properly than to make the programming, if I could choose one or the other, because I could more likely make a bad programming work with good cueing than make a good programming work with bad cueing. I hope you get what I'm saying. So now here again, 2 sets in the 8 to 12 rep range. So let's crush it. Not even 2 weeks and we're gonna head to Boston, to America. I have been to America 3 times now. 3 times for WNBF Worlds, and we go there once again. The Worlds will be in Boston, and then we will head to New York for 1 week. So if you have any tips what I should eat in New York, where we should train in New York, and also maybe with whom we should meet up in New York, please hit me up on Instagram or in the comment section I'm looking forward to it, really, and I'm really looking forward to the off-season. Session today is going well. I have like 400 milligrams of caffeine in me, pre-workout meal 1 hour before the session, a pump booster, and with that we are doing a good job today. Happy with the performance, yes. Let's see how the pump looks like in a few minutes. First of all, I will do the next exercise. Today we just focus on the back training, and the back training portion of the day is done. Now we do 1 exercise for the rear delts, 3 sets there, and then 2 arm exercises. I will show you some clips from that, and then we're gonna check out the pump. Time for another pump check. Some pump left in the biceps, some in the back. Let's see the front first. You see the arms are blown up, chest is flat. This is now after 2 high days. For sure, with those 2 days, 325 grams of carbs, I'm getting nowhere close to being full. For the last shows, I carb loaded with over 1000 grams of carbs for 2 days, so I need a lot more to get completely full. Christmas tree, Christmas coming early this year. Now, my weakest poses are for sure the back double biceps and the front double biceps. So, front double, my lats are just not big enough, and back double is my most fatal pose in my opinion. Really not proud about that. And what do you guys like more? When I here flex or extend my spine. Yes, that's the back pump, back lat spread to end this. And once again, some lower body conditioning. Post-workout, we go some grocery shopping, important in prep. Always park your car as far away as possible to get some extra steps in, some extra activity in. Yes, need some things for my post-workout meal 2 and 3, so I'm gonna buy that right now. And here we go, post-workout meal is ready. That's a very simple meal. I just put the eggs in the pan, get them ready, then put in the spinach in the microwave, put it inside, then tomatoes as well, and the chicken is done in the air fryer. You see here now, no carbs included. Reason for that, I have a social event later in the day. We go bowling with some friends. And if I eat my carbs now, I will be so depleted in the evening. So I will do a no carb meal now, and then 3-4 hours later as a pre-bowling meal, the carbs, because that's the life of a prep athlete. You live on those small amounts of carbs, burn through them, use them as energy, and if you don't have them available, you are just fucked. So that's the meal. I'm gonna eat that now, take a shower, and then go on a quick trip with my girlfriend. There is no better moment than your girlfriend walking to you. She's looking absolutely amazing. Time to enjoy my post-workout meal as a passenger princess here. Here in Zara, shopping for a new winter jacket for New York City. What do you guys think? Shop or drop? Same thing here in black. I think I will go with the black one. Not so fun fact, if you are on prep, you have to take a piss every 30 minutes, so I'm already twice on the toilet now. We are back home from a quick round of shopping and a quick round of bowling. Got 2 dubs in and a strike. I will show that right here. And here we have the last meal of the day. Honestly, guys, I'm completely fried. But we have the whey cake today as the last meal, which means 60 grams of whey, 20 grams of peanut butter, no dark chocolate because dark chocolate has caffeine and that would impair my sleep quality, 50 grams of blueberries, and I'm gonna enjoy that right now. That's it with the video for today, guys. 3 days in a row in prep videos, so leave a like, leave a comment, and see you next time. Peace out.